Tonight on your News Channel 3 at 11, U.S. Marines go after Iraqi militants in an area called Sniper Alley. And floods claim lives in the Mid-South. That same weather system may be headed in our direction. Plus, police are looking for the person who shot a teenager tonight. Your News Channel 3 takes you to the neighborhood where it happened. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us this Sunday night. I'm Karen May. U.S. soldiers from the 2-1 Marines fire rockets at insurgents in Fallujah after a gun battle fails to break up a guerrilla attack. It happened early this morning during Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Well, sometime during the night, the insurgents have come out on the road and put some piece of metal or wood out next to some kind of some pole or something, and they have a little notch in it. They've been firing RPGs at us this morning, so we're trying to take it down with the 240, but that didn't exactly work, so we're going to try a rocket in a few minutes here.
But I thought it was a ceasefire.
Well, we've heard that too, but apparently the insurgents didn't get the memo on that one.
You could probably get it from...
Is that it?
This battle took place in the area the Marines call Sniper Alley. Tonight, the military is backing down from an all-out assault on Fallujah. Instead, U.S. troops will patrol the city with Iraqi security forces. Meanwhile, a third American has died as the result of a suicide attack on Iraqi oil facilities. This time, the victim is a member of the Coast Guard. 2 Navy sailors were killed yesterday. They died during boat attacks off the Iraqi coast near Basra. The Coast Guard victim was part of a team sent in to intercept a boat near an oil terminal, but when the team approached, the boat exploded. With this latest death, 111 U.S. troops have been killed in Iraq since the beginning of April. Well, this is a live look from our SkyCam 3 network. For the past few days, we've had beautiful weather here in Hampton Roads and in northeastern North Carolina. But in other parts of the world, the weather is dangerous. Heavy flooding in northern Colombia kills 1 person and leaves more than 16,000 others homeless. Meteorologists say the rain will continue for at least another day. Floodwaters have damaged at least 4,000 homes. Even a church was lost to the flooding. And they're using power tools to clean up in Smithville, Missouri. A storm, possibly a tornado, tore the roof right off of a building. The storm blew in without warning. Witnesses say it was gone within minutes.
I tell you what, that wind was something because it blew steel up to that water tower up there.
Fortunately, no one was injured. In northwest Arkansas, campers had to use canoes to reach their recreational vehicles. 3 deaths have already been linked to this weekend's powerful storms. A dive team went out earlier today to search for possible victims along Lee Creek. Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee plans to tour the worst-hit areas in a National Guard helicopter tomorrow. Today, he signed a disaster declaration to help people in several counties.
And flooding continues to be a problem in Arkansas tonight, and those storms continuing to head to the east very slowly. Take a look at what's happening on the big picture for tonight. You can see the storms continuing to brew out there. Heavy rain is bringing flood issues to the lower Mississippi Valley. About 1.5 inches of rain an hour is falling in Louisiana, where they could receive up to 9 inches of water in some areas. The cold front stretches from Ohio to Louisiana, and it's slowly moving our way. Those colder temperatures behind that cold front, as you can see, will be pushing in our direction, and we'll talk about when the rain moves into our area and when those cold temperatures will hit us once again coming up.
Community outreach teams continue to meet with flood insurance policyholders throughout Hampton Roads. They'll be in Norfolk tomorrow to speak with those devastated by Hurricane Isabel. You can meet with FEMA workers at the Ocean View Senior Center from 10 to 7. The address there is 600 East Ocean View Avenue. You can review your claims and have questions answered about your policies. Tonight, police are on the hunt for the person who shot a teenager in Virginia Beach. The girl is expected to survive the shooting, but her neighbors near the Lynn Haven Shopping Center are shaken. News Channel 3's Stacey Wiggins is following this story. She joins us now with the latest on the investigation. Good evening, Stacey.
Good evening, Karen. Police are still searching for the person who shot the girl. Witnesses say several shots were fired last night. Bullets sprayed up against at least 2 apartments.
Ooh, like,
It was a rude awakening for Keon Vell. The 13-year-old was asleep when a bullet sliced through his Twin Canals apartment in Virginia Beach.
It went through this right here, it went through this wall, and went to another wall through the bathroom.
It wasn't the only bullet hole in a home. A bullet hit this apartment too, missing the window by just a few inches. Here's how it all happened. Witnesses say there was an outside party on Keelboat Circle Saturday night. A fight broke out and it ended in gunfire. Virginia Beach police say a teenage girl was shot in the ankle. The people who live around here say it's not the first time they've seen this kind of violence, and they fear it's not going to be the last.
This happens like every summer out here. They'll get to fighting with somebody and then they'll retaliate, come back out here, and then they'll go back out there and it'll just start all over again.
Shamika Chapman has a 3-year-old son and she now fears for his safety. She says the only way to protect him from this violence is to move. Keon Vell says the bullet that scarred his apartment scared him. It was too close for comfort.
When I was scared, I had like jumped down and almost went under the bed though.
I'm told by neighbors at the Twin Canals apartments that the girl who was shot in the ankle is just 14 or 15 years old. They say she's doing okay. Police say the description of the person who shot her is very vague. If you have any information that can help police, you can call the Virginia Beach Crime Line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. Karen?
All right, thanks, Stacey. Tonight, loved ones are mourning the deaths of 2 people killed when a train hits a van near Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The crash happened this morning in Oakland Park. Both victims were in the van. One of their widows spoke publicly about her devastating loss.
I lose my sister. I lost my brother-in-law. I lost my mommy last year. Last year, I lost my mommy. Now, this year, I lost my husband.
Authorities say there were about 70 passengers on the train. One of those passengers was hospitalized. 2 others suffered minor injuries. News 6 singer Billy Joel has been involved in his 3rd car accident in 2 years. Investigators say he lost control of his car on a wet road and ran into a house. The crash happened on Long Island this afternoon. Joel was alone in the car. He suffered a cut to his finger but refused medical treatment. The house sustained minor damage. Police say there was no evidence that drugs or alcohol were involved and no charges will be filed. Joel was hospitalized last year after slamming his car into a tree on Long Island. He had another crash in June of 2002. Cosmetics queen Estee Lauder is dead at the age of 95. Lauder died of a heart attack yesterday at her Manhattan home. She started her company in her kitchen. Last year, Estee Lauder had revenue of more than $4.7 billion. A shrewd businesswoman, Lauder introduced the 3-minute beauty counter makeover aimed at busy professional women. She was also known for handing out generous samples and for introducing the free gift with purchase marketing strategy. Well, wild animals were set free today here in Hampton Roads. In January, an animal rescuer found pelicans suffering from frostbite. She took them in and nursed them back to health. Today, News Channel 3's Kathleen Carey shows us the birds released back into the wild. It's a story you'll see only on 3.
Come on out. For nearly a dozen pelicans, this pen has been home for 3 months. Lisa Barlow has been nursing them back from frostbite when they were rescued in January, too weak to migrate south.
As a whole, this season's been really good. I was able to release over half of what I took in.
4 pelicans with injuries too severe to be released in the wild will be placed in educational facilities. As an animal rehabilitator, Lisa takes in a wide variety of species. Right here, these are red-tailed hawks, which are indigenous to the area. On the other end of the yard, a silver fox. Next to it, a great blue heron.
And we're taking a look at it to see if he's going to have to stay with us.
But today, it's the pelican with freedom in sight.
I'm just assisting my daughter taking off the bandages and recording them.
Fish and Wildlife Service vans will help track their whereabouts. Right now, they're all about taking a back seat for a ride to liberty.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting driving down the road. People would slow down and look.
With a hop out of the truck, these birds are returned to the very spot they were rescued from. The release was quite a sight for a group of New York tourists who'd only seen pelicans on nature shows.
They're very graceful, and their wings just touched the water real elegantly, and up he swooped. It was very cool.
These pelicans couldn't agree more. Thanks to human intervention, they are back in their element.
I'm more happy for the birds than I am anything else.
In Virginia Beach, Kathleen Carey, News Channel 3.
In Norfolk, Italian culture took center stage at the Italian Sunday Fun Day. Kids played outside the Chrysler Museum of Art while others got to feast on Italian food served up by local business owners.
It's kind of like an Italian delicacy. Sausage with peppers and onions, beautiful. This is, of course, Italian sausage.
Today's celebration of Italian culture coincided with the end of this weekend's Azalea Festival and the closing of the Murano glass exhibit at the museum.
Trying to tell me she's Martha Stewart?
No, she didn't have anything to do with it.
Next month, Rudy Bosch of Survivor fame will add some Hampton Roads flavor to an international film festival. Bosch co-stars in a movie called Honorable Men that'll be shown at the Cannes Film Festival in Paris, France. Honorable Men was produced by Gary Sayer, who's also from this area. The film about a Portsmouth police investigator was shot right here in Hampton Roads. People on both sides of the abortion issue came from around the world to voice their concerns in Washington, D.C. Tonight, you'll see some of the many faces involved in this controversial issue.
And some of you may hit the 80-degree mark tomorrow. We'll take a look coming up.
Live at 11, home of Triple Down the Radar. This is your News Channel 3. News Channel 3 is brought to you in part by Chrysler.
Can inspiration change your mood? Can luxury feel intimate and stylish? Yes. Can it move like this, look like this, cost less than you'd expect, and still turn heads easily? The totally new Chrysler 300, starting at $23,595. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard.
Child abduction, a danger parents in Hampton Roads are facing right now.
Would your child know how to get away? Bob Stuber, a national child safety expert, will show them how.
Parents, listen up. You don't want to miss this.
Parents, your News Channel 3 is concerned about the safety of your children. Join your News Channel 3, Thursday, April 29th, beginning at 7 at Atlantic Shores Baptist Church in Virginia Beach, where you'll meet Bob Stuber, and your kids will learn 3 ways to get away. Sponsored in part by Hampton University.
Spring is in the air, but the biggest springtime inventory of new Toyotas is on the ground at your Toyota dealer. And so are customer choice savings on Corolla, the best-selling car in its class. Save now with 1.9% APR financing or $750 cash back from Toyota. Get great gas mileage too. There's even special financing on Toyota's versatile Matrix. Spring is in the air at Toyota, and that means big savings. Don't miss it.
And accepting the trophy for Car and Driver's 2004 Best Luxury SUV, the Cadillac SRX Performance Utility. Car and Driver's 2004 Best Luxury SUV. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Call for details.
If a truck's performance went, and the overall experience, would you buy it again? For the 8th consecutive year, Ford has more repeat buyers than any other make, more than Chevy, Dodge, or Toyota. Right now, get 0% financing or up to $3,000 cash back, plus $750 military appreciation cash for a total of up to $3,750 cash back on F-Series. Visit your neighborhood Ford store today.
They came from around the nation and about 60 foreign countries. A throng of demonstrators, estimated at up to 800,000, packed the National Mall.
Keep your laws off my body! Can you hear me,
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Actress Ashley Judd was one of many celebrities taking part in a demonstration that had the largest turnout in favor of abortion rights since 1992. Organizers say an estimated 500,000 people assembled that year. Planned Parenthood says abortion rights are under serious attack in this country.
We need to fall on our knees before a holy and mighty God and ask for forgiveness for butchering our children.
Meanwhile, anti-abortion protesters were on the ground with chalk outlines representing babies lost to abortion. 16 abortion opponents were arrested for demonstrating without a permit. One person was arrested for disorderly conduct. Those arrested were expected to be released from jail when the rallies came to an end.
Nazi scum! Here we come!
In England, hundreds of demonstrators took a stand against racism by protesting what they say are the racist views of a French National Front leader. Protesters threw eggs, bananas, and even trash at his car in Manchester, but despite all of the pushing, there were no reports of injuries or arrests.
Stop violence! Win now!
Back here in the U.S., hundreds of people also took to the streets of Sherman Oaks, California in high heels, and most of these walkers were men. But this wasn't for kicks. It's the 4th annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes parade. The event raises money to prevent rape, sexual assault, and other forms of violence against women. And Kelly, I think if we could do something to bring some warmer weather back, some folks might gather en masse outside Hampton
and wear
Roads.
sandals, not high heels.
Absolutely,
right?
that would be appropriate in that case.
We're going to have a short warm up, and then we have to say goodbye to it once again. So it's going to be too quick to enjoy it, and you probably won't enjoy it anyway. And I'll tell you why coming up in just a minute. All right, let's take a live look at what's happening.